It really is. It's slightly raised, and you know that, you know, if you flush one, you could find it yourself in that bunker. With that pin on the right-hand side as well, you'd like to be down the left, but there's a bunker waiting for you down the left as well. So the importance of finding this slanting fairway from left to right is significant. Next up, Roseanne.
That bunker that Sophie...
That she has to come over the less of the slope, thankfully, to that right pin. Flag's 134 yards, but this is playing about 145. Keep it left of it and try and get yourself into that back portion of the green would be the ideal play.
You've only got to lose your height just a little bit, both in the lower half or the head height, and it's so easy to miscue like she did there.
Yes, you could hear this season.
Yes, 4 wins last year for Boutier, including a major. Bit of work for the par, certainly, Rosie for Sophie Roseanne.
Far from Rosie. And, you know, this is the area of her game which stands out in the stats that needs some work on. You know, tee to green, her ball striking, she's in the top 5, but she's outside the top 100 in short game. And it looked to me like she caught that first pitch clean. So now has left herself a putt that she's actually taken. She's not going to opt to chip this on the front edge, which some players would do, but it's quite significantly downhill.
Something to observe the rest of the day, Sophie, just watching that pitch shot from Zhang, and even with her putting stroke, she just seems very methodical, very mechanical in that part of her game, as opposed to just having a little more feel.
So, put for a par.
Yeah, still a little bit of work left in that.
In recent times.
This is a big putt for Zhang. This is for bogey at the 3rd. Oh, that was never near the hole. So making a really hard chore of this 3rd hole.
Ollie Brett, her caddy, saying, take your time. And a frustrating start, a double bogey for Zhang early on in this championship. And when the lead is held by Chinate Wanasen and Paula Rito at 5 under, there is work to do for the American. In Hong Kong, Janet will celebrate the big ceremony in Florida in February.
Angel Yin missed this putt low and to the right. Zhang has done the same thing. And that is no gimme coming back, particularly after a 3-putt.
On the screen.
Had a similar putt on the previous hole, but didn't do the right thing. So this to stay at 2 over par. It will get her attention.
Her eye line, it'll be interesting to watch throughout the day. Her eye line is well inside the golf ball, and that's creating a little bit of an inside shut takeaway.
She took it. It's a lot to take into account.
A rather spinny tee shot by Ronnie Yin is a long way back. Rose with the same line as her, that right bunker with the driver, wind back into her face. Draw would be ideal.
Yeah, Ollie Brett, her caddy, say swing. Happy with that one. Perfect position.
Doesn't need to worry about the lie, it's perfect. 120 yards. I like pitching wedge here.
Zhang really needs to get something going. Get that quite anxiously, and that's why. Wow.
Will that do?
That'll do. That's having the radar on.
She's got some funky glasses going on today. Are they sunglasses? Are they seeing glasses? Or do they change?
If it doesn't hit the flag, it's probably only a couple of feet away, although I've seen more disastrous results happen. That was no more than 2 feet away.
Yeah, that would have been a much better result for her had she have missed it, but...
Since the beginning of last year, remarkable consistency.
Rose Zhang, does she need this? At +2, everyone around her is making birdies. Come on, can this be the first? And it is.
Give her a bit more confidence. She's a cruisy character. Went to Stanford University, a very bright person as well. Not sure Ollie Brett would...
Really do need to find the right area. You can get some pretty ordinary kicks off some of those banks and humps and hollows.
So good to see the kids in the gallery. You can see behind Rose Zhang here on the tee. We saw Danielle Kang playing alongside a 9 and a 10-year-old yesterday, and both of them had better swings than I do.
It's not hard, is it? I've seen your swing, Ewan.
There's a good reason that Sophie's out on course and not at the box this week.
What's the rhythm on this one from Rose? It's normally a frozen rope as well. Blind tee shot, take it at the TV tower.
She's also the type of player, guys, don't you think, that she has a natural curiosity about the game? Moving beautifully left to right. Could she go back-to-back? Danielle Kang went back-to-back in the first 2 editions of this LPGA, this Buick.
No reason why she couldn't. And it was something else, because she's a huge personality. Angel, everyone was so thrilled. But we are on the 7th tee, the par 3, 160 yards to the pin.
And what about it? Bounce back by Rose. She's hitting 6-iron here. Can't see the bottom of the flag. It's guarded by that front bunker. Pin is at the very front.
No. She knew that was never on lap in, but we'll go back to the tee. Rose Zhang got the driver out. Got to be wary of that bunker, left centre of the fairway. 246 to carry it. Ideal line is to the right of that. Picking up the tee fairly swiftly, so she likes it, and that is why.
Solid drive from Rose.
You can see the difference in distance.
21 yards, wind back into her face from the right-hand side.
It's the right club, it's just... Yeah.
9-iron. Last time she hit this club from this yardage, it hit the pin. Can lightning strike twice? It is Rose Zhang after all. Front pin though. Keep it short of it if you can, to the right.
Good looking strike. She's posing. It was straight at it. So Young Kim right now is on 55 watch. She's just...
The 8, so make sure you write that down so you can do the next one.
Okay. It's the 14 different colours I'm looking forward to.
This is the place to be. At the front of the 8th, it all slopes back into the corner where Gino chipped from. So this is slow. Very little movement on it.
Bobbled early. And another very poor execution for Rose Zhang.
When you watch Rose Zhang putt, she misses often by a lot.
Yeah. I think she's more result orientated than process, Rose Zhang.
Surprising, not trying to belittle what she has achieved, but a player who is brave, takes the shot on, and the leader by 2.
Wind seems to have dropped a touch, but it's still back into play spaces.
Great shot.
A horrible leave, all above her feet, gap wedge, 94 yards. Be easy to put this one in the front bunker. Because long is wet.
And that was a clean strike.
Sit.
Settle. Oh, that went straight in.
I'm not sure what the claps were for.
Clean is wet.
She's got to play it again.
You know, we saw her on the 3rd with that pitch shot. That was clean. I know it's a different scenario, but she's just not quite getting her low point right, is she?
No.
Putter continues to make the difference. She's taken a drop, Sophie.
Playing 5. Looks furious with herself. She played this hole very poorly, going up top. Did not get any height on that. That was...
One of the easier holes.
Dab through the ball. Looks very mechanical with the putting stroke. She's a lovely player. It's great technique from tee to green.
That is going to drop certainly one shot. This now for a bogey at the 9th.
Oh, well done.
Well, she did well to drop just the one.
It's interesting that the 2 putts she's holed have been from 30 feet and 40 feet, when your expectations to hole them go down.
But limping out.
Well, Rose needs something a lot different on this back 9. Is really struggling with her game. 255 to the bunkers on the right, downwind tee shot on 10.
Not a happy camper. And the majority of the field are picking up shots.
If everyone's going well, the energy levels are high. Sometimes you can start the back 9 as a fresh 9 holes, and that's what Rose will be trying to do here with a birdie. You know, she made a good putt on the last. Well, same club, it should be the same play, just start it maybe 5 yards left of the flag and have the wind push it towards it.
Yeah, it's not a bad shot, it's a safe shot. +2, not what she's after.
Lucky to stay on the right tier here, could have rolled down where Ronnie Yin's ball was. This one from left to right will pick up pace as it gets towards the hole.
Again, not really getting the read. They're missing quite some...
Just going back to that point that I was making there, being a professional golfer, it's all about getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And when you're out on a golf course, more often than not, you're uncomfortable. You might like a certain flag, or you might be in between clubs. You need to learn how to hit different shots. Anyone can stand on the range and hit a hard A time and hit a good shot. You've got to be able to hit the uncomfortable shot under pressure.
She pulled it out from the middle, but it went in the side door for Rose Zhang, and you can see no smiles on her face right now. 2 over par smile. That's still a very solid start, a 66 for the Thai player.
And Rose is still trying to find something. She needs a couple of good swings in a row, a few putts hold, whereas, you know, Gino's in the total opposite. Pretty wide fairway this. The only place not to go is into the left bunker. Of hours ago, this is what happened. Let's not make the same mistake again. From the upslope here, 8 iron as well for Rose Zhang, 138 yards, playing about 10 more because of the upslope and the wind.
Oh, it's a nasty spot too. She really is not comfortable in any shape or form out there today.
Two playing partners have laid up. Obviously, Ronan Yin found the bunker off the tee, so she's a good 100 yards short of the green. I thought Gino might go for it from 234 yards, but she didn't, so she also laid up. Rose has to get all of this 3-wood. 225 front, and that front bunker isn't a bad leave.
She seemed to get through that ball a lot better than what she has other shots. It was on a good line.
Oh, come on, this is working for her.
That's a fabulous shot from Rose Zhang.
So she is on in 2.
Plenty of opportunities for birdie, and how about this opportunity for an eagle, Sophie?
Desperately needed. Big left to right breaker early on, and that was just never, ever on line. Very tentative looking stroke.
The putting is judged it by 1. Now this is a birdie for Rose Zhang. A double, 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, or so 3 bogeys, I should say. This for another birdie, so it has been a real mixed bag. So she picks up 1, but still at +2 on today's round. And there you can see all those colours at the bottom depicting bird.
Plenty standing in her way. All right, back on the tee. Rose Zhang, who has been at sea with her game today. Sophie, it's been a frustrating day for the American, who was so brilliant in the Ryder Cup. I mean, it's Solheim Cup.
I was going to say, Kate, she was very good in the Solheim Cup as well.
Oh, my Lord.
And sometimes, Lynn Grant spoke about this, the highs of that Solheim Cup. You wonder if it ever gets as good as that with the crowds and the feelings that you get.
Yeah.
3-wood, 230 is your maximum.
Doesn't look happy. Not much. She's putting a smile on Rose's face. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even if it's just a bit more.
Back in the stances? Or no need?
I wouldn't say there was any need. Yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Rose Zhang just in deep conversation there with her caddy, Ollie Brett. Coming off a birdie on the previous hole.
105, she's got a gap wedge.
It's a good result. It was an unusual looking swing.
A little bit more, actually. There's a bit left to right in this one, and the grain and the slope will also push it even further down the right. So a good couple of inches from left to right for a 3 here.
these.
As if to say, I
Yeah,
did hit it
for me,
longer.
I'm looking at just playing that 50 number.
Okay, what is 50 number, you think? You think 7?
I think 7, you just got to take some off it.
Taking some off it and then 7.
Yeah. Do you like that?
Okay. Good, sure.
Like if a stock one's going 55, or just playing 50, you know what I mean? Good.
Good.
Ollie Brett giving the advice there in discussion with his player. Such a good caddy, very positive caddy out here.
And Rose is a player that likes to take stuff off rather than go for it. So this is a 7 rather than a big 8. Don't miss it right. There's a run off and there is just no way you can get up and down.
Looks to be hanging right. Well, no, that's okay. Come up pin high.
Yeah.
Par would be disappointing, so to walk away with a bogey.
He got plugged in the bunker. Work to do for Rose Zhang, Sophie.
Well, work to do to get this round back. Yeah, you're right. 1 over par. This for birdie coming off the shoulder of that front right bunker. Look how slow her practice swings are. I mentioned these greens are only 10 and a bit on the stimp. Keep this one outside left.
Dribbles it in, but in it goes for a birdie. And back to even par for the American.
It certainly has been a roller coaster.
Significantly from 11 o'clock. This is a 3 hybrid for Rose. Pin at the back in the middle of the green.
Yeah.
Check.
Great shot.
Yeah, no one's perfect wrong.
So a 3 hybrid for Rose. Great tee shot in from Rose, Sophie.
She's coming off a birdie. In fact, she's had 2 in her last 3. This would make it 3 in the last 4, and that would be a bit of a fighting comeback because she has had her struggles today. Very makeable putt.
Not hit with enough authority. It's never going in.
Where that cup is sitting, Kate, we've seen a number of players come from that side. It does take quite a severe dive at the hole. Just keeping out of the line of her playing partner. So it is a par for Rose.
And it's a better back 9 for the American. Front 9 had a couple of bogeys and a double bogey for Zhang. This back 9 has featured no drop shots and picking up bird.
Can't feel the wind on the tee box. It's well sheltered by the trees, but as you come into the landing spot, you can see the lake and the wind pushing it from left to right. Now, the left-hand side is a 230 run out, and that's what the refs thought would happen. They'd go down this left-hand side, but so many players still like to take it down the right, even though it doesn't necessarily open up the green.
I don't think we've seen anyone go left yet, Sophie.
I saw Anna Nordqvist yesterday in the Pro-Am have a look down it, but it is very narrow. There's a good 50 yards of fairway on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice drive. Finds the centre of the fairway.
Yeah,
And
just allow for a
I
little
was
left
thinking,
right.
well,
I mean, if anything, it's a little short, which is no problem, you know what I mean? But finishing on, even if you finish She's on Rondon's balls, no problem. It's off the left.
And I was thinking it probably is better to try and catch a divot, to try and get into the back of the ball rather than try and pick it clean. This is a 5-wood here for Rose Zhang, 212 yards.
Oh, wow. I've got to say, this has been a hell of a fight from Rose Zhang today. That to get to 2 under par, given where she was at +3 not too long ago.
There have been 5 eagles on this hole today.
And it's been an interesting day for this 3-ball, Sophie. You've been with them throughout the day. When you think of the target that Se-Young Kim has set, a round of 62, 10 under.
Yeah, 10 under is exceptional. I mentioned the wind out here, and you know we've seen some brilliance, but then we've also seen double bogeys, and it feels like it shouldn't be the end of the season. It should be the beginning of the season for these players because they haven't played much. And I think you have to look at it when you've got 12 months of golf. There's going to be some peaks and troughs. This would be a peak right now for Rose down the hill, a touch from left to right for an eagle.
She's done it too.
What a fight back, hey?
Yeah, from 3 over par to 2 under par, and that's one thing that the top players do so well, is they're able to turn their bad rounds into par or better, and Rose Zhang has done exactly that.
Doesn't like it, just let that leak well out to the right. It'll be a tough putt, but it's on the green.
It's a poor shot, but I don't think it's a bad miss there out to the right.
Hole, our final group. None of these players too close to the flag. They're all on the green.
That step and go far to the right-hand side. So she needs to keep it up this left-hand side. It'd be a good 2-putt. As you get towards the pin, it starts to roll away towards the water on that left.
5 under in her last 5 holes, Sophie. Did you notice, has she done anything differently the last hour or so?
12. The shot into 12 with that 3-wood. And then walking to the 18th tee box, Ollie Brett says we found something, and it was noticeable. Her ball striking just moved up to the Rose Zhang level.
Look how awkward this one is. She ducked back to the left a bit at the end.
Ball settle. Tough putt. No doubt about it, but given how hard she has worked since that 12th hole and built a
5. You get a good view here from behind of her putting stroke. Barely straight back up the hill. Let's see if she can take this putter away a little bit straighter, not so much on the inside.
But a frustrating 3-putt for Rose Zhang, who dug deep on the back 9, was looking to come back in 32. In the end, it was 33, a round of 71.
Yeah, that was a very, very good 9, especially those last 6 holes, taking out the 18th, considering that, you know, she went out in 30.